Hello friends, hope you're well. Recently I had the pleasure of speaking with Sylvie, an Asuka specialist from Italy. We went into quite a bit of detail about how the Aikido practitioner has changed over the course of Tekken 7's lifetime. Enjoy. Asuka's your main, and I guess Safina's your secondary. Can I pick your brain a bit about Asuka in Tekken 7? Like, what are your thoughts about that character in terms of game design and balance? Do you think she's, is there any changes you'd like to see to Asuka? What do you think about how she's been changed over Tekken 7 Season 1, 2, 3, 4? Like, yeah, just your general thoughts on Asuka.
Okay, allora, Asuka has been known to always being, like, not a super strong, powerful character, even in the past.
Yeah.
She used to be, I mean, I don't want to talk about tier list because this is gonna bring too much of a...
Oh, tier list?
I don't want to bring stuff like this. Also because Tekken is so much different in terms of moves and situation that you can easily overcome this. With just your experience, your knowledge, and etc. But overall, Asuka, in comparison to other characters, has never been like super strong. Okay.
Yeah.
Still, I do believe that Tekken 7 is her best version so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty unquestionable. She's got nothing but buffs recently. I mean, every season they make her stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yes, even though I still believe her Season 2 version was the best. Because forward 3, it was high crush, and it was a mid-safe launcher or normal hit. That was sick. I love that move. And they nerfed down back 3. Well, that was a key move. She doesn't have strong lows that at mid-long range.
Yeah.
So you had to still prefer a low like that. Now doesn't give that much pushback like before, because you could do like it's plus frames a little bit, but like if my opponent is whiffing something after that, I can launch him, right? In this case, cannot really happen anymore. Like it just leaves you more up close to your opponent. I think Asuka still she's still good. I don't think it's that bad. Because they've been bringing up this thing that Asuka is one of the worst characters in the game, as I said, from Asiatic players, from Asian players. But personally, I think that also depends on how you approach the game, you play the game. Because Asian players, they play the game differently from how we do Europe. Europe, we play literally everything. Even if the character is low tier, we play. Like in my country, for example, they all play all the roster. You can literally find everything.
The main weakness with Asuka has always been just her poor punishment, especially her 10-frame punishment. Her jabs are terrible.
The problem is mostly just the jab, because I cannot really complain about everything else. I'm just got into the Asuka mentality pretty much. I find myself pretty comfortable with her, but this bad jab thing, punish, it's a problem, because when you want to play her at an higher level, I cannot do little punishers here and there to small mistakes of my opponent. So that doesn't make my opponent even be that much worried or frightened about that two small whiffs, you know?
Yeah, like, because, a lot of high-level Tekken is small Tekken. It's very compact. Like, a jab punish is super important, not just for block punishment, but for little whiffs. Little sidestep whiffs. It's like
punishing little whiffs at high level is much important, because then a stronger player will much less likely do a mistake.
Yeah.
So with Asuka, this can become a problem.
Yeah, Kazumi was just small Tekken in a nutshell. She's 1-1, down forward 1. A good low poke, down back 4. She's like small Tekken in a nutshell. But Asuka doesn't even have a natural jab string. And even her regular jab doesn't give her positive on block, so she's so lacking in that respect.
This thing really needs to change. I hope they will really change this thing, because it doesn't make any sense anymore that all the roster has a decent jab, but Asuka, no. Yeah, we are in 2022. Can you give her like at least 1-3 as a normal hit combo? Like, just a more decent 10-frame Punisher. I don't think it's gonna make her extremely crazy powerful. Just give me that.
I think what they're trying to do with Asuka is they're trying to retain that weakness, and that with Asuka, you're trying to intercept the opponent's moves instead of blocking and punishing. So you're encouraged to go for your for your sabakis and your parries and your crushing moves and all that kind of stuff.
Well, Asuka is a defensive character. Always been a defensive character. I remember in Tag 2 you had to play her much more differently, you had to be very patient with her. But now in Tekken 7, because of this new system, Rage Art, Rage Drive, plus 100 on block, now you're more forced to play even Asuka more passive-aggressive. Let's not say aggressive, but passive-aggressive. You know, so this will still change. Even her original traditional way of playing Asuka, it's gonna change because of the system. And I do think Namco still now needs to focus more on this, because too many characters now their nature has changed. They're not the same, because if you're gonna change the system, that means that also you're gonna overcome some weaknesses of some characters, otherwise it's gonna feel too unbalanced. So you're gonna take in count this thing if you want to keep Rage Art and Rage Drive. Otherwise, some characters that were already strong in offense, they're gonna be even stronger. Like you see Paul, it just takes,
annihilates you.
Annihilates you with just his good 50-50 wall, especially with the wall bounce. I'm gonna be super scared of the wall. But an Asuka, if cannot lock you down with a bit more offense, it's just at high level, it just feels too struggling for an Asuka play.
Yeah.
Maybe without changing too much the nature of the character, you can give her a better jab.
I think you're right. In the current Tekken 7 meta, they probably should, because so many characters are so strong and, more importantly, well-rounded. Like, Asuka has her strengths, but I think that's a problem with the game itself. I think instead of buffing Asuka, they should be nerfing the other characters. You know?
They were, in a sense, they were like, it's like, I don't know exactly how to fix this, so I'm just gonna bust everything up and let's gonna make everybody super strong.
Band-Aid, yeah. Yeah, I remember when Season 4 was coming out. Exactly, right? When Season 4 was coming out, they said drastic balance changes. They made this big kind of presentation about it. And I was excited because I thought that meant nerfs, because that's what everyone, that would have been for the general health of the game. But no, everyone got...
Because if you nerf, people are gonna be disappointed. They're gonna be sad.
Let them be sad. Let them cry. I mean,
I know, but that's like... They were thinking about that. They did that on purpose.
Of course
they
don't
want to make people crying about the nerfs about the characters, so they just buffed. It seemed like maybe easier to solve the problem, apparently.
It's easier and it's lazier.
Maybe you have read about this somewhere. Like, from Namco, it wasn't supposed to give like a Season 3, Season 4 to the game. But since the game has sold well, they did this. But it wasn't programmed. So we have to take in count this thing. So I do believe many choices that wasn't really programmed that much. As well, pandemic probably didn't help the developers to communicate well during the developing process. This might also have been something that blocked their creativity and giving like something new.
Of course, that always has to be taken into consideration. Yeah, like a lot of people forget that.
Talking about this diversity thing about boosting and nerfing. Okay, so for what reason some characters you keeping their weaknesses, but then you add a DLC that has perfect punishers and perfect recovery? Like, do I really need to start about that?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's very clearly geared towards DLCs. Like, I remember in Season 4, they gave Marduk that ridiculous while standing punisher, when one of Marduk's key weaknesses was he never had good while standing punish, and then they give him this crazy, I think it's
OCF2 only minus 12.
Yeah.
Do you think is that okay?
Super powerful. Weird, right? And Marduk is a DLC character. It's
but more coin flip. Like, it doesn't care. 33% of pro game is very strong with the Valetudo and such, while there are characters that doesn't even have like a better throw game than just the basic throws and the 1+2 throws, and that's it. And then there's Marduk that has so many variabilities, many different throw things. It doesn't feel equal. So they wanted to make the throw game easier, but just apparently, because it's still hard to throw to break the truths. You know.
I think they should.
Still, the problem is still there. I think.
Yeah, the Vale Tudo throw is the window is far too small. It's sort of it's like an arbitrary mashing test trying to break it. It shouldn't be like that.
No, because now when he does Vale Tudo, now you have to like mash the buttons, just trying to guess well what he's gonna try to do. 1 + 2, 1 or 2, and then I have just to look at his hands like that, and I'm like, okay, good luck. But yeah. I think, like, for example, Kunimitsu have a better movement. Lydia has a better movement. And they have faster recoveries. Awesome punishers. Also, super long moves. Like, I still don't understand why Kunimitsu has QCF 1 -11. I still don't get that one.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so unfair to traditional Tekken characters. So the traditional Tekken characters, you want to keep them with their same strength and weaknesses. But no, the DLC are like privileged.
Yeah,
it's too obvious.
It's a bit, it's too obvious.